I admire Paul for many reasons. Paul, the apostle, is the guy I'm talking about here. Paul was a brilliant orator. He was a theologian. He was extremely logical. He was extremely well educated. And he was able to convince pagans and kings to listen to what he had to say through his brilliant logic. Okay, so this is the Paul I'm talking about. And this is another reason why I like Paul so much. In 1 Corinthians 13:12, it really shows Paul's heart and his heart understanding that he didn't know everything. In chapter 13, verse 12 of 1 Corinthians, Paul says something along these lines: I see through a mirror dimly, and I only know in part, but then I shall know fully, even as I am known. Paul is talking about the filters that he sees life through this side of heaven. Even though he had incredible mystic sort of experiences in heavenly realms, he knew this side of heaven. He was seeing life through filters of his past, through his presumptions, through judgments he might have about other people or situations. It takes a lot of humility to admit that, especially if you are as wise and known to be wise as Paul was. In the book, Not Always Altogether, I talk about a couple who I almost allowed their friendship to slip between my fingers even before we became friends because of presumptions and judgments I made about them. They weren't negative judgments, but they were judgments nonetheless, and they were based totally on outward appearance and behavior. That is why I love what Mark Twain said. He said something along this line. He said he was amazed how much his parents learned between his years of 16 and 25. The older I get, the more I realize how little I actually know. That is where I want my heart posture to be, to not be in a position of assumption, but to be in a position of humility, to give people a second chance and a third chance. So I would encourage you, if you're somebody who has had a habit of judging other people's intents or their heart attitude or their spiritual walk solely based on what they wear or how they behave, good or bad, take these things before the Lord and meditate on 1 Corinthians 13, verse 12, and really dig into the filters that you may have placed on your mirror or through your lens that you see the world around you. Ask the Lord in true humility, and He'll show you some of those filters, and then He'll help you to clean your mirror and to clean your lens so you can see the world a little bit more like He does.